Hello, Yaya. Nice to see you.
Hello again. Nice to see you too.
Right. And hello, Linda. After a lovely holiday, I hope you're ready to practice your English again.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I am.
Right. So, Yaya, what is the title of the topic today?
Nightmare holiday. Great.
Right. So, if I say nightmare, Yaya, what are you thinking of? What kind of giving you?
So for me, I have nightmare. It's a bad situation or bad holiday that you went to, or a bad dream also, or it's uncomfortable. Also, we can do that.
So
You can
depending
say
on the
that.
context, it's
Exactly.
something negative. So if we're
Exactly.
asleep, it's that we're dreaming bad things. If it's in reality or like going on a holiday, it's something that's happened that we wish didn't happen. Yeah, so you explain very well. So let's see, we're going to do a reading first. So Linda, I'm going to make this bigger. I hope you can see it and I hope it's better. Off you go.
Okay. Kat Donovan, the USA. 23 hours into an epic bus trip across the states, I began to wonder that I had let myself in for. I was at Denver bus station, sitting on my backpack, drinking coffee before boarding the first bus in. AEA, I had been filled with romantic ideas of friendship among the passengers and fascinating stops, as well as spectacular scenery. After the guy next to me had finished talking about his time in jail, I realized my expectations were a bit off. After all, I was 17 and traveling alone. I had no idea when the next bus was, so I went up to the counter to ask. One unfriendly staff member was so large I feared she had eaten several passengers, so I waited until her colleague was free. 3.5 hours, she said. I groaned. Would I ever reach New York? I sat back down to drink my coffee.
Right. So she had this preconceived idea of what this journey could be about, and it wasn't exactly what happened. Now, yeah, epic. What do you think epic could be?
So epic, it's something close to legendary. It's like up to rare. Epic, something very good, very well.
So it's a positive thing, isn't it?
Exactly.
Epic, unbelievable, maybe, no?
Yes.
And I'm looking for the words backpack. How would you describe backpack?
Me?
Backpack.
Yes. Yesterday I bought a backpack for my university.
Oh,
No.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. I bet it's all trendy and modern. So it's a bag. Oh, sorry, it's a bag that we put on our back, and it has straps here, right? That's it.
Yes.
Right. Boarding. Yeah. What do you think?
So we have to, for boarding pass, the thing that we give to the counter to let us to pass for train or for flight or whatever. It's for boarding.
Right, so you can have a boarding pass. But if I said, I am boarding the train now, what other word could we use in its place for boarding?
Right, I am passing the train, or I'm going to the train.
I'm getting on.
Yes, I'm getting on.
Right, so boarding is getting on. Or you could say I'm boarding a train or a ship or something to get on it, right? So we're thinking of another way of saying it.
All right.
Scenery. Yeah, scenery.
Scenario, I think, like that scenario, isn't it?
Scenery is like views.
Views, all right.
So spectacular scenery would be like mountains, trees, something fantastic that you could see, right? Scenery.
right.
Something that you would see on the bus
Ah,
as you went by. Scenery.
all right. Good.
And I laughed, but maybe you didn't. The person who was sat next to her had been to jail. So she was thinking of making a
Yes.
nice friendship with someone, and the person next to her had been to jail. So she said to him, my expectations were a bit off. So she was expecting something fantastic of friendships and everything, but it didn't come up to what she thought it would be like. And then she got an unfriendly person who gives information in the reception, and she groaned. So that is a sound you make when you're not happy, right? To groan. So I just explained that very quickly. So I think it's not that difficult to understand. It's just talking about a few of the words that came up there. Right, so I'm going to make it
Yep.
smaller again for the next one. So this one, I will make it bigger again, and Yaya can read it. Off you go. Graham. This is
Graham
Graham.
Whiteley Nable. Graham Whiteley Nable. It was not my first walking holiday to Nepal, but for some reason I no longer remember. I decided to go several weeks before the walking season actually began. There were no other walkers on the flight to Kathmandu.
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 Yeah.
Kathmandu.
Kathmandu.
Kathmandu. Kathmandu. All right. Which suggested I might not have made the best decision walking to my empty hotel through rainy streets on the first night. I tried not to think what a condition would be like at higher altitudes. Next day, I flew to Tumlingter to start walking up the remote, rarely visited Arnon Valley. As I climbed, the bushes on either side on the path were covered in ice and the weather was constantly cloudy. The lodges where I stayed were run by people who spoke no English, and the only meal available was baldy rice with lentil soup. Each day required at least 8 hours for unpleasant solitary walking, longing for a conversation with someone, drunking all the long walk toward Kathmandu. It was content cloudy, and I never ever saw a mountain.
So, Kathmandu in Nepal is where Lama lives. Remember Lama, the Buddhist monk that sometimes has joined me here? This is where he
Yes.
lives, right?
All right.
So, as he changed his plan and he went several weeks earlier, everything went wrong for him. So let's see if there's some words that we need to clarify. High altitude means that it's very high, no? And normally in high altitudes, it's very difficult to breathe. Remote. Linda, what do you think remote means here in this context? Walking up remote valley, a remote valley here.
I like distant.
Far away, in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
So that would be remote. Now, lodges, Yaya, what do you think a lodge is?
Stayed where it's a place.
Yes, it's a place. It's like a hotel, but very simple.
All right.
So a lodge could be a rural hotel, which is very simple. And maybe also it gives you the idea if it's made of wood and very simple furniture.
Like shelter? Like just a shelter? Just shelter?
I'm not sure. But lodge, if you think of, I just think of like a wooden place to stay, like a hotel or something simple like that. Okay?
Very simple hotel.
Right. Lodge. Bushes. Yeah, bushes.
It's like close to tree, but it's not that high. It's
So
in
it's
the
smaller, and it could
smaller,
be a different shape. Not so many branches. No.
yes.
Right. And boiled rice. And unpleasant, solitary, Linda?
Like alone.
Yes, alone. So this wasn't difficult either. It's just that he decided to go earlier. And as he went earlier, I think he found the rainy season and saw the walking was a disaster, because the rain was too heavy. It was very cloudy. He didn't find anyone who could speak English. So lots of things happened which he didn't really count on. No, so that's why it was a nightmare of a holiday, right? So one, if you have too many expectations, like the first reading, she thought it was going to be very romantic, going through all these states of America, and then it's very important who you sit next to, no? If you are traveling. Right then, here are two pictures. Right, two pictures. Now, Yayha, you can go first because I can see you first if you're not frozen. And what do you think you see in the first picture? What do you think this is in the first picture? Any ideas? We're having trouble with Yari's frozen. And you, Linda, what do you think is in the first picture?
I can see a woman with maybe her daughter.
Right.
Sitting in the stairs. I think that it is raining. And the daughter like covering herself with a towel, and they are holding umbrella.
Right. So let's break it up a bit more. That I think that they are wearing swimsuits.
Yes.
A swimsuit. This is why the towel is round them. And we can suppose that they're by a swimming pool or by the beach.
Yes.
And it's raining. So this is why it's a nightmare. No, this is why it's not working out. So they are sitting under the umbrella. We can suppose that they were swimming until it started raining. And of course, this has spoiled the day for them. No? Now, in the next picture, what do you think is happening here? Can you see what it is?
It is a fly falling on a cup or on a bowl of soup, maybe.
Right. So there's a fly in the soup. Has this ever happened to you in real life?
Yes.
And what did you do? Anything?
I just pour it, and I can't. It fall on my coffee with milk, and I just pour it. I can't.
You threw it away.
Yeah, I threw it away.
Right. So you got rid of it when that happened. Yes. Has this ever happened to you? Yeah. You had a fly in your soup or something?
No, I don't remember that's happened before to me. No, not sure. No.
No, it's not. Well, I'm happy it hasn't happened to you. No, it's the best thing. Has anything ever happened to you? Maybe not on a holiday, but traveling. Has anything happened to you which has been a nightmare or unpleasant? Linda?
Yes. I was coming from friends to my country, but I had to go through Barcelona because I couldn't find a direct flight.
Connection.
So I had connection through Barcelona, and my flight was cancelled, and I didn't get any information. and I just arrived. Normally I should take the connection direction. So I found like a banner showing that my flight was cancelled, and I had to spend all the night at the airport. So I should take my flight at 10 p.m. So I took one at 6 a.m. So all this time I was sitting on the floor in the airport, and
Right.
it was like very tiring.
So you were traveling from one place to the other, and you had to do a connection in Barcelona,
Yes,
and you were unlucky enough that your flight was cancelled for whatever
yes,
reason, and that meant you had to stay over in the airport till the next day waiting for your flight home. No?
yes, yes.
And you, yeah, has anything ever happened to you?
Uh, Nightmare, not holiday, but nightmare night or day, let me say that. Once I came to Turkey, to Ankara, the capital city of Turkey. So I am new here. I don't know anything about this place. Once I came to here, it was night. So everything's closed. I don't know anyone here. I planned to go to the place. So I asked for which train or which bus that I have to take to go the place that I want to go. So they said to me, no, you can't go there until morning. So at that time, I had to wait just 7-8 hours in the street just to wait that bus to go that place.
Right.
It was really hard.
It could be frightening as well, because depending on the neighborhood where you are waiting,
Exactly.
you don't know if there are dangerous people or people that could do something to you. And as you said, you didn't know the area, you were quite young, you'd never done that before. So to think that you had to spend the whole evening waiting, you couldn't relax, or you'd be stressed all the time, no, waiting for that. I think a nightmare.
Besides that, I was so hungry, so tired.
Oh, right. And there was no solution to buy anything. And also, I imagine, was it cold as well at night?
Now everything's closed. I can't go anywhere.
Right. Something that happened to me once was I got confused with the time of the aeroplane. If you get an aeroplane after 12 o'clock at night, I can't remember exactly now. I think the date changes or something like that. And I didn't calculate correctly. So I went the next day too late for the flight. I just got it confused because it was after 12 o'clock at night, midnight, no? And so I didn't realize that the flight had gone. Lucky enough, at that time, they gave me another flight later. Well, thank you guys for helping me talk about the nightmare. And I'm glad to hear that you haven't had too many problems traveling or anything like that. But things can happen, no? Even though we do plan well. So thank you very much. And I'll see you again. Bye.
Bye.